I want to welcome everyone to the International Dysgraphia Awareness Day Conference 2025. It's my pleasure to be here, and I hope you are enjoying the conference as well. My name is Ayanwole Boluwatife Joshua. I'm a neurodiversity advocate and a special education specialist in Nigeria. I'll be presenting on the topic Play-Based Intervention for Dysgraphia, a global perspective on handwriting development, as our general theme is play and write. We will be looking at the medium in which we can use play to influence handwriting for individuals who have dysgraphia. To begin with, dysgraphia is one of the learning disabilities and is one of the specific learning disabilities or difficulties that we have. We have a quite number of learning difficulties. We have dyslexia, we have dysgraphia, we have dysorthography, we have dyscalculia. And out of this, they all cause limitation. Inability, dyslexia, inability to read, dyscalculia, inability to solve math problem, math difficulties. Dysgraphia, inability, basically, in a basic language, inability to write, finding it difficult to write. So, at this, we'll be establishing ways. At this conference, we'll be looking at how we can use play to influence handwriting. Like we know, the general language that children understand well is play. They understood it perfectly. If you want to catch a child, if you want to influence a child to do something, bring that thing in a play-based method. I'm telling you, it works like magic, and the child is going to budge to do that which you want him or her to do. So, we'll be diving into the topic as we established the definition of dysgraphia. What do we understand by dysgraphia? Dysgraphia is a neurological condition and learning differences in which someone has difficulties with writing. Basically, dysgraphia simply means difficulties in writing. This can range from issues with physical handwriting, maybe dexterity issues, and when the person does not have a firm, strong grip to write the way he or she ought to. It's a condition that affects children. It's characterized with inability to write. It's a deficiency to writing skill. Now, like I said, dysgraphia is a neurological learning disorder characterized by severe difficulties with handwriting. You will notice some of them, when they are writing, they find it difficult to express what they are thinking in their brain in writing. They find it difficult to express their thoughts in writing. Some will even write, it will not be legible. Some will even write, it might not be on a straight line the way he or she ought to write. Now, before we move further, we'll be looking at the common impact of dysgraphia on handwriting. What are the effects? What are the impact of dysgraphia on handwriting? But before we move there, I need to establish some examples of dysgraphia. Examples of dysgraphia include slow or illegible handwriting. When a child is very slow in writing, or he or she is writing, his writing is not legible enough, there is a sign of having dysgraphia. Inconsistent in letter size. This is very obvious. It is one of the signs. A child wants to write A. He has written A, and when he wants to write B, the size of B is greater or times 2 of how he or she has written A. So they don't have a unified handwriting size. They don't have a unified text size. I low. So it is one of the example. It is one of the signs you will see in a child that has dysgraphia. And also awkward pencil grip. The child acts and he or she has awkward pencil grip. For him to hold the pen or pencil as the case may be very well, it might be difficult. Instead of the pencil to be properly aligned with the finger grip, the child might be holding pencil like this, or possibly in an awkward manner, to the extent you don't quite know that this cannot exhibit a proper writing. Also, some of other ones include difficulties in spelling and grammar and avoidance of writing tasks. They always want to avoid writing. When it comes to writing, it becomes a problem. All these are just mechanical aspects of handwriting that we are going to see in a child that has dysgraphia. And most of them have poor letter formation, number formation, control issue, language-based skills of writing, structure problem, sentence problem, and the likes. Those are the examples to note if you want to know if a child has dysgraphia. So let's look at the common impact of dysgraphia on handwriting. What are the common impacts of dyslexia on handwriting? Dyslexia, one of the impacts is ineligible handwriting. A child that has dysgraphia will not be able to write legibly. What it means is it will not be able to write clearly for someone to see and decode whatsoever he or she has written. He might be writing in an awkward manner to the extent that you have to squeeze your eyes before you see whatsoever he has written. Another thing is slow speed writing. Slow speed. When the teacher has moved to the third board, he is still on the first board and is on the second paragraph, whereas other people are ready to clean the board. They find it difficult in the classroom. That's the reason why they always tell the teacher or whoever that is going to clean the board, don't clean the board at this particular time. African people might relate very well because we use chalkboard then, although technology has advanced and also we are now also incorporated. But then, as early as 2000s, as early as at 90s, what they do is they write on the chalkboard, and there has not been formal diagnosis of dysgraphia. So those people find it difficult to cope in the classroom. As I was saying, when the teacher has already reached the third board and the fastest handwriting student in the classroom is ready to clean the first page because everybody is excited. That's how it was in Africa. Everybody is excited to go and clean the board for people to know quite well that I am following the teacher. People who have dysgraphia, they find it difficult to follow the accurate pace in handwriting. What am I saying in essence? I'm saying that they have slow handwriting and we have to attend to their needs. Another thing is poor organization on pages. They have poor organizations in writing their thoughts. Like paragraph, sentence, they would never have a good understanding of how to organize and place proper placement of text in a written format. It is difficult for them. Another common impact of dysgraphia on handwriting is inability to stay on the line. Remember, I think everybody should be able to relate with this. Before technology come in place, there's a writing book, I think 2D, if I'm not mistaken, 2D, where people are going to be trained on how to write. All of us, or some of us, we underwent this training and drilling in the sense that we have to buy 2D handwriting and we have to be following the order of writing in an accurate manner. What we are saying in essence is individual children with dysgraphia, they find it difficult to write and stay online. Instead of writing on the line, they rather write outside the line. The last one I'm going to be mentioning is trouble in copying other people's notes. No. They have difficulties in that. A text that has been written on the chalkboard has not even been perfected by them, talk less of copying another person's notes. So when we notice this thing, teachers, we are encouraging you, please, it's not for you to shout on them. It's not for you to shut them down, but it's for you to understand that there is a condition called dysgraphia and call specialists or people like us to be able to manage and redirect them for proper achievement in the classroom. Now, let's move to effect of dysgraphia on handwriting. What are the effects of dysgraphia on handwriting? Does dysgraphia really have effect on handwriting? Yes, it does. Dysgraphia really affects the legibility and ability to comprehend and understand a written text. For example, someone who has dysgraphia will find it difficult to write his thoughts down. And also, someone who is reading the text will find it difficult to decode and comprehend whatsoever things the person has written. Like I said earlier, like they have difficulties in letter formation, spacing, alignment is very, very difficult for them. They omit lines a lot. They omit text, and they omit a lot of things a lot. If they want to write something, instead of writing accurately, they would have omitted O. They want to write apple, they would have omitted one P instead of PP. A-P-P-L-E. He or she will write A-P-L-E. Where is the second P? So those are one of the difficulties. Now, the effect on handwriting is it makes handwriting unreadable and difficult to comprehend. There is no way you will be able to comprehend the handwriting of individual with dysgraphia. Another thing is posture awkwardness, troubling holding tools, pain and fatigue, which is another key thing. You will be thinking as if, why are you doing this intentionally? He or she is not doing it intentionally. As the matter of fact, is having physical pain with the hand dexterity to coordinate in the proper handwriting. They have pains in their wrist. They can't twist their wrist. They don't have flexibility in moving their wrist in an appropriate way that will make them to have proper handwriting drills. The next one that I'm going to be talking about is the holistic effect of dysgraphia on handwriting. And that is the aspect of visual and mechanical difficulties. That is the holistic effect. There's visual and mechanical handwriting difficulties. Are we saying they have problem with their vision? Not necessarily. It might just be that the coordination of eyes, the coordination of eye and might be so weak to the extent that it's reflecting on the way they write. Some of these are failure to follow margin. I've said a lot of things in the examples and the impact of dysgraphia on handwriting. The second holistic effect is fine motor and motor skill issues. They have difficulties in fine motor skill. Fine motor skill has to do with your hands. Has to do with your hands, how to use your hands properly, how to use your hands dexterity to create one thing or the other. They have difficulty in that. With time, you can decide to give them a play-doh to play with so that their hands will be more flexible and they will be able to have the proper skill in handwriting. The third one is impact on writing process. They find it difficult to write. It has a long-term impact in writing. And this can result to slow writing rates. It can also result to excessive erasure of written text. They have written one thing, they want to erase it, because they are feeling quite sure that what they are writing is not making sense to them. And they always make mistake. Once they want to write A, they write A in another way as if you are writing Q. This makes them to erase it and try to rewrite it again. All of these are some of the holistic effects of dysgraphia on individuals who have such condition. Now, like I established, dysgraphia is a neurological disorder. Dysgraphia is not as a result of laziness. We have to debunk this myth, because some people perceive that dysgraphia is as a result of laziness. No, it is not. Some people also perceive that it's because they lack intelligence. No, it is not as a result of lack of intelligence. Visual spatial difficulties can get worsened for them. And note, dysgraphia could be a developmental or acquired condition. We have to know that. Let's move to the second aspect of this presentation, which is the play-based approach. Like we know, this presentation is divided into two. We are considering dysgraphia, understanding dysgraphia, and ways in which we can use play method to manage dysgraphia. Don't forget our central theme, let's play and write. Now, the play-based approach is a very trusted, tested, and workable approach. Like we know, play is a spontaneous voluntary actions that is intrinsically motivated. Children love play a lot. There is no child that doesn't like play. And that is one of the way, for example, as an adult, one of the way we can use to get to kids is through play. You want a child to do something, introduce play to that child. You will see that the child is going to bond with you so fast and develop a rapport with you because he's enjoying play. Play is a spontaneous, enjoyable activities chosen by a player. It is intrinsically motivated. It is from within. That's what it means. It's not really externally reinforced. It is from that, I love this excitement, I love this interaction, and I'm going to do more about it. We have different categories of play. We have parallel play, unoccupied play, we have solitary play, we have cooperative play, where children play together, and we have associative play, where we have to interact with each other, children have to interact with each other. So how can we now devise play method to combat dysgraphia so that we'll be able to manage the condition well? That will move me to the next one, play-based strategy for developing handwriting with individual with dysgraphia. Number one is multisensory and gross motor activities. We can use play to develop a multisensory and gross motor activities. Yes, keep them play though. Let them be playing it with their hands. Let them mold something out of it. Give them like a print. Let them trace letter. You will just feel that they are falling in love with it. And let me remind you, when we were growing up, there is a common practices that help in our school then. And that is the aspect of we will be challenging ourselves that let's see who will firstly finish when the teacher has dropped the chalk. With that, everybody will be on competition to write. And not just writing. We have to be intentional with our handwriting. The next one is large motor movement. Let them exercise their fine motor skills. Encourage large movement of writing on the chalkboard on a long surface. I've talked about the use of Play-Doh. Let them connect dots. That's another thing. Let them have a print and let them connect dots as if they are doing a work of art. With that thing is going to interest them and make them to do more. Maze running, using of maze to create a motor control for them to stay online with activities and tasks. Another one that works for the multisensory and gross motor activities is building of Lego blocks. It works. Let them stack Lego blocks. Let them build blocks. With that, they'll be playing with it and it's going to be enhancing their finger grip. The stylus play also is something that can be explored. Now, the second one, don't forget, the first one I said is multisensory gross motor activities. That is one of the strategy in which we can use a play-based approach to combat the condition dysgraphia. The second one is fine motor and tools-based play. Fine motor and tools-based play. And that is the use of stylus pencil grip games. There are a lot of games online that can help the use of pencil grip. And also, there is one of the sensory materials that is being sold that can be gotten for individual, that you can get for individual with dysgraphia. You will just have to insert your pencil or a pen inside. It makes their hands to be soft and they will like the sensation and the texture of such things. Number two is using adaptive tools. Let them cut papers. Cutting of papers with scissors helps a lot like magic. Tracing with an eraser, it also helps like magic. The next one is writing vertically on the chalkboard. Let them just scribble. Let them scribble something. Let them write vertically. Let them have a parallel handwriting. It's going to help them a lot. Ways what are the ways in which children can benefit from play with dysgraphia? I come again. Ways in which play can benefit children with dysgraphia. Number one, play helps in building their fine motor skills or their fine motor strength. It enhances their finger grip to have a strong finger grip. Using of Play-Doh, twisting it, using it to mold to create an image. I've also talked about stacking of blocks. Number two, it also boosts planning and coordination. Play help them to boost their planning and coordination. You just notice quite that with play, they are ready to move to the next activities as drafted by you or the person that is facilitating the play. Remember, they are intrinsically motivated. The motivation is coming from within. It's not from the external factor. No. They love to do it. And with that, you can use dancing, music, just moving of hands, and this is going to be helping them to reinforce on the proper muscles that are strengthened for handwriting. Play also enhances sequencing and planning. It helps in squeezing, sequencing, and planning. For example, I talked about using of scissors. You can give a child a paper and a scissors just to cut. Once he or she is cutting, it's going to be enhancing his or her finger grip. The next one is play also develop visual motor integration. It develops visual motor integration, whereby there is eye-hand coordination. Visual motor integration. There's integration in the way the person writes. There's integration in the next alphabet, next word to write. It's as a result of play. Because the child will not have the anxiety of, oh, I have to write again. No, the child will have the intention of, oh, I am playing. Play also enhances dysgraphia or make learning to be easier. It serves as a sensory integration. Yes, it improves sensory input. It helps in improved sensory input by playing with sand. Writing, let them write A on the sand. Dip their hands on the sand inside the heights. Just that, so that they can feel the sensation. It can serve as a sensory need. Another one is it boosts creativity. Play boosts creativity and expression. For example, like painting, drawing of comics, even decorating windows also allow them to express themselves. Children can benefit from playful creative activities that will make learning to be enjoyable and less frustrating for such child that has dysgraphia. Now, it also makes positive attitude. It calls for positive attitude towards handwriting. A child who is always fed up of writing before, you will just see that the child develop a positive attitude towards writing. It works. It's as a result of play. Play also encourages perseverance. A child that will always be tired to write, you just say quite well that play has already helped the child to always want to write, and you always sit to the end till he finish writing. It encourages perseverance. The last thing, promotion of self-regulation and confidence. It makes the child to become confident in himself. Yes. What are the other strategies to help children with dysgraphia? Having mentioned this, let's mention some other few strategies that parents, therapists, teachers can use to enhance, to help children with dysgraphia. The first one is write big. Yes, write big. Let there be increase in letter size. Don't let them write small to the extent that they'll be having anxiety. Let them write big. Let them write, if they want to write A, let that A be big to the extent that they'll be able to see that big A by themselves. Let them feel at home with you. You don't shout a child down. Don't shut a child down. The child will have anxiety problem. Anytime he sees you, what comes to his mind is, oh, I'm here to write again. But if you develop a play-based approach, anytime a child or individual with dysgraphia see you, what they think is, oh, I'm ready to play so that I can write again. Let's change that notion and let's bring that ideology. The next one is feel the letter. Let them feel the letter. Let them have a sense of feeling the letters that they are writing. Don't let it just be like they are writing an alphabet or a letter in the space. You can use a mod, create a mod, and let them write A. Let there be imprint of A in the mod, so that the child will feel quite well that, oh, I'm feeling the texture that I'm writing A. I'm feeling the texture that I'm writing B. I'm feeling the texture that I'm writing C, through the use of mod. And also another thing is practicing pinching skill. Pinch, let them pinch something. They can pinch a Play-Doh as a challenge, just to strengthen their finger grip for proper handwriting. The last one, building stability. It helps in building stability. They need to build stability in writing so that they can generalize this writing skill across all board. Parents, therapists, individual, society should please create a proper approach for learning. Don't see individuals with dysgraphia as if they lack intelligence. Don't see them as if they are lazy. They are facing a lot of neurological difficulties that make them to have difficulties in processing writing. Let us encourage, let us support play, so that we can use play to bring writing in action. Thank you for your time, and I want to hope quite well that we are launching on to exhibit play. We are launching on to use play. We are launching on to use effective, playful strategy to manage dysgraphia. Thank you for your time.